Morning traders, it's Peter Thompson, Senior Mentor of 1 Billion Signal, sponsored by Merit Forex. It's Monday, first day of the week, last week of the month. And considering what's going on so far, I would definitely say this one is going to be also very interesting. I'm gonna start with the majors. Of course, they're recovering and hope there will be no war, and we really hope there will be no war, because anyway, we can make a hell lot of money out of this event, but it's the same time is not cool whatsoever. U.S. is President Biden is ready to meet the Russia's president Putin if they hasn't invaded Ukraine, if they're not planning to do so, if at least they are not preparing to do so. So it's gonna be a very interesting meeting, and we all hope they'll be, they're gonna find some ground together, and it eventually going to stop what's going on. But it's a matter of time to see. We can do nothing about it anyway. Bank of China is stepping in first this week with interest rate reports 0.7%. They kept the same interest rate as like the previous one, which is a bit surprising considering their monetary policy before that. They increased the interest rates twice. So the previous 2 months, and just today, obviously, they didn't plan to do so. So after that, today we have composite manufacturing and services PMI for UK 9:30 a.m. GMT, and that's it for Monday. Not many volatile events. Tuesday, consumer confidence 3 p.m. for US. Wednesday we have interest rates report in New Zealand 1 a.m. GMT. Inflation report in the Eurozone 10 a.m. GMT. Very important event. Quickly to remind you, last week the inflation in UK is rising as in Canada stays the same. So just simply we can expect the inflation in Europe going up as well. Thursday, we have initial jobless claims, important event for the labor market, 1:30 p.m. GMT, new home sales 3 p.m., and crude oil inventories 4 p.m. for US. Crude oil is facing pressure on the top. We're going to take a look in about a minute, but bear in mind that this is could be the start of the drop. We've been all expecting of the correction that had never happened the last just 2-3 months. And so that's why crude is under pressure. We just need a little bit more confirmation, but let's see. Friday, we have core durable good orders in US 1:30 p.m. and pending home sales 3 p.m. So majors are recovering in hope there will be no war, and we really would love to see the same. US indices pushing up, recovering after the modest drop on Friday. We've seen the slight drop about the Bitcoin. I'm gonna tell you at the end of the video, but it's very, very important and interesting. And at the same time, of course, we predicted it once again. So let's take a look what's going on the charts. Your US dollar in front of us, the chart. So as you can see, pretty modest push to the upside, 50 pips only from this morning. Exactly like S&P 500, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, they're recovering in hope the situation between Ukraine and Russia will be recovered as well. So the test of 1.1482 is absolutely possible. We talked about the support. It was already tested 1.13, heading up to 1.1482, and this is the level what I'm going to looking for. GBP USD on the other hand is trying to break out 1.36. I'm not pretty convinced yet about this breakout. 3 times tried to break out, 3 times false breakout, and a little bounce to the downside, and eventual 1.37, definitely remaining bullish on the GBP USD. But just for now, be very careful. The inflation in UK rose last week, and be careful because this is anyway putting a lot of pressure on the GBP. Australian USD 0.7214 current price, broken 0.7170. Very important what's going to happen with the next couple of days in Russia, Ukraine. So it's very important because this is definitely going to give, if there is okay, it's like if the situation gets better, definitely it's going to put a lot of positive pressure on the indices, and respectively speaking, the majors are just simply going to follow. 0.7288 is my next target of the Australian USD. Not many, I wouldn't say even any events this week for the Australian dollar. Rather than that, we have interest rate report in New Zealand on Wednesday. Let's take a look how the New Zealand is performing. We see double top here, declining false breakout, another false breakout. Be careful by buying New Zealand USD because still is very weak. It's still trying to put down to drop down, and according to the forecast, New Zealand Central Bank is planning to increase the interest rate with 0.25 from 0.75 to 1%, 1 point, and this is definitely gonna give a lot of volatility on the New Zealand dollar, but is yet to see on Wednesday what is going to happen. USD CAD jumping directly to crude oil as usual. So you can see just that we've seen sorry, $6.5 per barrel for 3-4 days, slight recovery to the upside. Now bear in mind positive news about Ukraine, Russia tensions is going definitely to put a negative impact on the crude oil, simply because crude is pumped a lot just by the fact they're preparing for a war. You know, you usually around such an event, the crude oil is skyrocketing because of course there is more demand. The demand is going up for crude oil, and that's what's holding still, by the way, supporting the crude oil price. Because the demand is still not very high, and at the same time crude is staying very high, which is pretty interesting. But once the drop happen, it will happen after confirmation. I repeat that, and I'm gonna repeat it in the next videos. We rarely see, push to the upside and sudden drop with no confirmation. Exactly like here, just take a look, drop up, drop, and again a push to the upside, testing the resistance, and then the drop is coming. So that's why it's so important to understand the crude oil market behavior. USD Canadian. So if we see a drop of the crude, we definitely can see test of 1.2836. It's not far away, just 100 pips away from the current price. At the same time, US dollar is under pressure because the majors are following the indices. Indices are going up, and they're creating a lot of demand for USD. At the same time, I'm sorry, letting the demand out of the USD, and the US dollar is dropping down. The majors going up, indices going up. So that's exactly what we see here right now on the USD Canadian, 30-35 pips away from the top. And I wouldn't trade USD Canadian for now because anyway it's highly correlated to the crude oil. It's a commodity currency, and at the same time, you know what we do expect with the crude. USD Swiss, totally absolutely insane. Just a lot of nice noise on this chart, a lot of ups and downs, very sharp reversals, and I just don't like to trade such a market, even though I'm relying to see the USD Swiss testing the 0.91 and the 0.90 eventually, but still I am keeping myself away from the USD Swiss because we can see absolutely everything in any moment. USD Japan, the last one, interesting one as well. So we are in an uptrend. Absolutely agree with you guys, but be careful because the price is struggling to create new higher highs, and facing double top here, 116.33, modest drop from the top, 140. 40 pips, eventual push to the upside, slight push to the upside, and confirmation of this of the drop we've been expecting, by the way, for quite some time. USD Japanese is holding ground definitely, which is also surprising. But we have anyway many instruments to trade with, many asset classes, so this is not the last one. Thanks God. Bitcoin, guys, is down again after a slight recovery. We've been discussing Bitcoin so many times. Many people are asking me about it. In my opinion, Bitcoin is increasing the correlation between the crypto, Bitcoin, and of course the American indices. American indices are highly correlated to the Fed monetary policy, and once the Fed kicks in, the crypto is going to drop within indices. It's most probably going to see that after March, April, May. But for now, I wouldn't rely on Bitcoin. It went down from 46,000, 44,000, whatever, to 40,000, 4,000 drop. Even for Bitcoin is not very small. But let's see, let's see. I think crypto. I think Bitcoin. We're gonna see 30,000 to 20,000 to. I'm not gonna be surprised even $10,000. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Really hope you enjoyed these videos. Of course, share us and like us on the social medias. Don't forget to subscribe in order to keep yourself updated with the newest videos in our channel. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to get back to me. Have a very, very profitable week and keep tuned. Bye bye.